One important form to know when it comes to commission, and a lot of new agents aren't aware of this and it can really sting them, is what's called the Cooperating Broker Commission Agreement, or the CBC. As an agent, you've probably by now signed up for an MLS, so you're a member of an MLS. What a lot of people don't know that's worth mentioning is just the history of the MLS is that one of the key reasons it exists is for what's called this Unilateral Offer of Compensation, which is a fancy way for saying that if two brokers, so two different companies, if one of them puts a property for sale and another one wants to show that property to their buyer, they don't have to contact every single broker that they want to show the listings of and ask and negotiate what commission they would make if their buyer buys that property. So the MLS allows the person listing the property to put in the MLS, if for any buyer's agent that brings a buyer, the seller's going to pay this amount of commission. That's the basic idea, that you don't have to negotiate all of these separately, but that only applies if both brokers are members of this same MLS. So every now and then, as an agent, you may show a property or want to help someone write an offer on a property that's listed in an MLS, but not an MLS that you belong to. And so you don't actually have the benefit of that unilateral offer of compensation. So meaning you can make an offer and they can accept it, but they actually are not obligated to pay you a commission because you don't have any standing agreement that you would have had if you were a member of the MLS. This is often overlooked, and this form, the Cooperating Broker Commission Agreement, is there to fill that gap. So that form is there and you can take a look at it, but essentially it says, I represent so-and-so, I am not a member of this MLS, and because of that, I'm asking for this amount of compensation if my buyer's offer is accepted. You want to do that form. It's best to have this conversation up front with the listing agent. Sometimes listing agents don't need it. They would pay you anyway. That's not a concern. But if you want to be contractually assured that you are going to get compensated for that transaction and you're not a member of that MLS, then the only way to do that is with the form CBC. And I think it's also bears mentioning that it's considered actually improper or an ethics violation if you tell the listing agent, I'm only going to give you this offer if you pay me. So there's some kind of quirkiness about that. So you don't necessarily want to tie your offer to it, but it is a good practice to say, send it in advance of your offer. Say, hey, I'm going to be sending you an offer. I'd really like you to sign this Cooperating Broker Commission Agreement, and then ask them to sign it and return it so you have some guarantee contractually that you'll be paid if your buyer completes the sale on that property. So that's the CBC, and if you're not a member of the MLS, it's imperative. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you learned something or if this helped you solve a problem, follow me for more.